What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, first off, little baby Iris. Baby Iris is joining us today. I cannot not talk about him, to him, around him, and anything other than a baby voice. So if I start to randomly just do the baby voice, I'm sorry. This is the baby birdie voice, is what that is. Okay, so today's video, I'm super excited because I know you're gonna be super excited when you see, which you probably already know what I'm doing. But today I'm reviewing the Uoma, I hope I'm saying that right, Stay Woke Concealer. Looks like this. So I recently did a review on the foundation. So if you want to see the foundation review, I'll put the link up here in an iCard. You can go check that out. This little guy, he's funny, but it's not funny because I suspect that hurt, but he's acting like it didn't hurt him. Did that hurt? To run into my light? He literally flew straight into my light. And it's not hot or anything. It has like a net on it, but now his whole wings all like frazzled, like his little hair in there. Get on my hair. Get on my head. No? Look at yourself in the mirror. So cute. Oh, literally flew to the mirror. Oh, you want to see yourself in the mirror? See yourself in the mirror? Oh, you guys, can you see this? Look at this, guys. Are you gonna talk to yourself in the mirror? Do you think that's another budgie? That's just you. Did you guys hear him talking? That's my baby. That's you. You gonna talk again? Oh my gosh, he's looking at himself in the mirror. Oh, he's getting excited. That is so funny. Look, oh my gosh. You want to just look at yourself? All right, so this is how the concealer reviews work. I try this on with the sponge, with the brush, and I bring you guys in really, really close so you can really see how the concealer is looking, and then I check in with you guys throughout the day. So I definitely try to really do a good job of bringing you guys in very, very, very close. So don't worry, you're gonna get a very close up in my face view. Also, I do swatch this next to other concealers that match me, that I like how they look. I swatch them next to this, and I also check if a concealer oxidizes. You will see an oxidation test as well, because sometimes concealers do oxidize just like foundations, and that is horrible. When you find a concealer and then you bring it home and it just gets orange, it gets darker, that's just terrible. So I will be checking that as well. I will be doing a flash test just to make sure it doesn't flash back on me, and we will be talking about what the concealer claims that it's supposed to do, so we can see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. Now, my under eyes are very dry. I do have a very hard time finding concealers that work for me. So if you're someone like me, this is a perfect video for you because we can actually see all my concealer videos are perfect reviews for you because you can really see which concealers will work and which won't. Also, I have lots of lines and I have this huge crease under my eyes. It's always there. So we're gonna see if it separates in there. We're gonna see if it would work for someone that has more mature skin and more lines underneath their eyes, or creases like I do, folds I'm gonna call them. So we're gonna be checking everything, you guys. So I hope you guys really enjoy my reviews. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos, and hit the like if you like concealer reviews, and if you have a particular concealer you want me to try out, comment it below, guys. Comment below. So let's get started with what Uoma says the concealer itself is supposed to do. So this is the Stay Woke Concealer. I have the shade Honey Honey T1, and the reason I got this shade is because my foundation shade was Honey Honey T1N, which still is a tiny bit dark for me. I mean, I'm wearing it today, but not too bad. So I decided to get the concealer that matches it. There is a total of 17 shades. This retails for $25. This is exclusively at Ulta. It's a Stay Woke Luminous Brightening Concealer. This T1 is the lightest olive shade that they have. And then you start getting into the fair shade. So it says, Meet your all-day solution to a flawless complexion. Stay woke with Uoma Beauty's Stay Woke Luminous Brightening Concealer, a weightless, full coverage, lightweight satin radiance concealer that goes on seamlessly to instantly conceal imperfections. It's everything you could want in a concealer, and the luxuriously creamy texture allows for an easy blendable application that leaves the skin perfectly matte. So it gives you satin radiance and glow, but it is matte. All right. Let's get started with these swatches, and we're also going to do the oxidation test, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how I applied it underneath the eyes and bring you guys in really close and all that fun stuff. All right, here we go. We have some concealers lined up here. This first one is the darkest one. It's the Uoma Stay Woke Concealer in Honey Honey T1 that I just used, and that one had been sitting on my arm for a while, so I'm going to be doing a fresh swatch and we're going to see if it oxidizes, guys, because concealers do that. Boom, it does not oxidize. This is just its very true color. That's good to know. Alright, so here's the Uoma T1. Here is the Smashbox Studio Skin, which is my favorite at the moment, in light neutral olive is what that is. Then we have the Too Faced Born This Way in Golden Beige. You can see Golden Beige, it's still lighter than this concealer. It's crazy to me. Then we have the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Natural Beige. Then here we have the Morphe concealer in, what is it? C215. Then we have the Milani concealer here in medium beige. And then here we have the e.l.f. Camo concealer in tan sand. Okay, so I have my foundation on and I haven't set my foundation yet. That way I can set my concealer and foundation at the same time. I don't usually use a brush, but I know some of you guys do. So because of that, I will use a brush. Brush here. Okay, yeah, it's way too dark. Can you see that? It's way too dark. Yeah. This would be perfect for to conceal the face, is what this would be perfect for. This is a real olive though. It's a true olive for sure. But I'll put it on underneath the eyes even though you can tell it's too dark. But I'll put it on. Whoa! That has a lot of coverage. Definitely don't need as much as I put on. And I wasn't trying to put on a ton. It's just the brush is so huge, and it's the brush itself is the ones that has a little pocket, so product gets in there, so you put a lot of product in there. So I definitely did not try to cake it on purpose. I'm gonna go in with my brush on this side. Yeah, it has a lot of coverage, and that's nice. It's nice that it has a lot of coverage. This is a great spot concealing concealer, like face concealing. Okay, with a sponge, with a brush, that both basically looks exactly the same. I'm gonna bring you guys in really close so you can see before I set it how it looks. Okay, so I haven't set it yet, but you can see how it doesn't look dry. It hasn't creased yet. I do have a dry patch here and lots of bruising, and it really did conceal that area really nicely. But you can see it looks the same whether I used a sponge here, a brush here. It looks very nice. So it's a very hydrating concealer. I'm super excited, and it makes me want to go pick up a lighter shade so that it can really match me good. Feels like it's set. I'm not sure if it's set or not. I'm still gonna set it, but it feels like it may have just set. I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the Peach Perfect setting powder. You guys know I love this. And I'm gonna set my under eyes. I'm gonna set my whole face. Looks beautiful. Even after I set it, it looks beautiful. Some concealers will oxidize a little bit. I think this one does get a little bit orangey when I put on a powder on top of it. But honestly, it was always dark, so I definitely would get a lighter shade than this. This is good to spot conceal, especially when I'm darker. It'll be good to spot conceal with this color, so I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I definitely would go with the Fair Lady T3, the one with the blue cap. I definitely would go with that because it's just too dark for underneath the eyes. It's not like really dark, it just makes it look at the same shade as my foundation. But I definitely, if I want to have it lighter, I would go with a lighter concealer for sure. Just putting that out there. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll bring you guys in very close to see how my concealer is wearing, and I will definitely be checking in throughout the day as well. Okay, so I am back. My makeup's completely done. I like the concealer. I think even when I set the concealer with powder, it didn't oxidize and it did not look very dry and gross. Sometimes concealers look great, but of course they need to be set, and then when you set them, they look very dry. This one did not. I think it looks really nice and really smooth, and the brush side and the sponge side both look really nice and smooth. So I'm super excited to see how they wear. I love the coverage. It's really impressive. Like, it really surprised me. So I'm gonna bring you in really close. We're gonna see how the concealer looks now that I have my makeup on, and then I'll check back with you guys. Okay, so here's how the concealer looks now that I put on the rest of my makeup and I've set it. And I think it looks really, really, really good. And I always have these little folds I'm talking about, but it hasn't really gotten like gross in there. It's just in there. Like, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm really... Okay, it is in fact been 5 hours. I tore off my lashes and I just put on mascara. I haven't even fixed my lipstick. This is the real, the raw, the truth. Let's look at how my concealer looks. So, I like how my concealer looks. I think it's starting to look a little bit dry. Not on the brush side, which is surprising, but more on the sponge side. And I lost a little bit of coverage there. I'm not so sure why. And I can kind of see where the powder did kind of oxidize it a little bit, but I can't tell if it was the powder that did that or if it itself was just too dark, because it was a concealer that was obviously too dark. And so you can just see how it was just too dark for underneath the eyes, which is such a bummer. But the coverage is definitely there more with the brush side than with the powder side. But I mean, that's it. There's not much to tell just yet. I'll keep on wearing it and I'll check back with you guys at the very end of the night. Turning this way then. Don't call him when I'm on the video. Okay, so it's been 12 hours and I thought I would show you one last time how the concealer looks because it's the end of the night and I'm going to watch a movie and take off these lashes that I didn't have on earlier. And yeah, I thought I would show you guys. Alright, so here's what my concealer is looking like. I don't know if you can see, like, can you see my folds? It's actually not that bad. Can you see that? It's kind of separated in my folds. I'm not gonna lie, there's concealers that I like a lot more than this concealer. I really liked how this concealer was on its own. So I need to try not setting it and see how I feel about that. I'll put in a clip right now of me not setting it and my thoughts about that after I've done that for a while. But so far, it's just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not super, super drying, but I definitely have concealers that I like how they look a lot better. So this is kind of like an E. It's like a 8 out of 10, like 7.5 out of 10. If I don't have to set it and it looks good, it will be a 10 out of 10 because I love the consistency of it and I love how it looks under my eyes before I set it. It was so gorgeous, so beautiful. So I really loved how it looked. So we'll see about that. But
I like it. It's good if you have dry under eyes. This one might be a good one for you to try. And if it doesn't work, you can always return it as well. It's definitely doesn't look super bad. It hasn't transferred. The coverage is still pretty much there, even though I've been rubbing on my eyes. So I'm pretty impressed with the concealer and the foundation. Both of them are thumbs up. They're really good. So I guess that's it, you guys. That's everything for this concealer. Kind of see one last time how it looks. Make sure that you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, give me a thumbs up for more concealer videos, and feel free to comment below and tell me what concealer you want me to try out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.